We're going live on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram as well. So, sorry we're starting a little bit late, but I already see quite a few people in here, so good to see everyone here. Before we get started, just to make sure that everything's working okay, if you are joining us on either of these three platforms, just comment down below or give the video a thumbs up just to let me know that everything's working okay, that you can hear and see me okay before we get started. All right, if you're on YouTube, do me a favor, right underneath the video, there's that thumbs up button that says I like this. So go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Pushes out the video to a lot more people who might find it helpful, and it helps with the YouTube algorithm to basically, get this video to more people. If you're joining us from YouTube, go ahead and do that. Seems like sound and picture are okay. Good, all good. Great. And great. All right, awesome. So it seems like everything's working fine. All right, great. So before we get started, a couple of housekeeping things as usual. I just wanted to let you guys know we're kind of in the midst of our Memorial Day sale for this year, and we have quite a few sales going on for our embroidery machines, our white toner transfer printers, and our DTF printer, which are kind of, the topic of today. We'll be talking more about DTFs and some of the do's and don'ts of DTF printing. So that is one of the machines, embroidery machine packages. You get everything you need to get started, including the machine itself, the stand, the training, the support, which is 7 days a week and after hours, by the way. We're the only one in the industry that offers that. And you get a starter kit full of supplies like threads and backings to get you started, and digitizing software. You get Ricoma inspired digitizing software, which is an entry-level digitizing software to get you started. And if you purchase a bigger machine or a commercial machine or a multi-head machine, you do get free upgrades to different tiers of Ricoma that can be worth up to $1,400. You also get free shipping. So depending on the type of machine you get, the larger machine you have, the more savings you'll get, ranging from a couple of $100 on single head machines, maybe $500-600 on single head machines, to upwards of $1,500 on multi-head machines. So definitely take advantage of that if you are looking for an embroidery machine and if you're in the market. Okay. That sale does end on June 2nd, I believe. So, you still got about a week and a half left to take advantage of that. And that is one of our biggest sales of the year. So if you're in the market or has been eyeing one of our embroidery machines for some time, this will be a good time to pull the trigger on that and get started with an embroidery machine package. Okay, so that's on the embroidery side. Now moving on to the printing side, we have two separate printing packages for you to consider. I'll start with the Luminaris 200 white toner transfer printer. I did see someone actually in the YouTube comments later on in this live stream. But to kind of show you guys about our white toner transfer printer, we have our Memorial Day sale for those as well. 0% financing as low as $116 per month. For 60 months, so you can check that out. And we have two separate packages to get you started with the white toner transfer printer. You have the essentials package, and you have the premium bundle. So the essentials bundle, you have obviously the printer, all the supplies like the paper you get, and you get a heat press along with it as well to get you started. The heat press that you get for the essentials bundle is a smaller heat press, 15 by 15, and it is a manual open heat press. So that is something that you just want to consider when buying that bundle. For the more premium bundle, you get a better heat press. You get a 16 by 20, so a larger heat press, and it's auto open. So you get a slightly more upgraded heat press for that bundle, and you get a longer warranty and some Teflon paper that you'll need for your heat transfer. So you get a little bit more in your bundle, and you get live training with your premium bundle versus essentials bundle, you only get pre-recorded video training, so you kind of go at your own pace. With the premium bundle, you get live training, and you get that recorded, so you can review that training, that live training at any time. So you kind of get that extra touch of just dealing with a live instructor for those training. All right, and then you obviously get the extended warranty along with that as well. So just that alone is well worth the difference in the essentials bundle versus the premium bundle in terms of the price. Both bundles, you do get free shipping, and you get a couple of extra bonuses in there, like some extra white toner cartridges for you to be able to have backups for, because the white toner is the most frequently used toner in out of the printer. So you get that and an extra one in each bundle, so that you have some backup ready. Okay, so that's kind of a bundle that we have in the sale that we have going on. Contact our sales team if you're interested in getting started with these white toner transfer printers. Really versatile for small batches, printing on t-shirts, a variety of garments, t-shirts, hard surfaces as well. You need a separate type of paper for that, but you can transfer onto hard surfaces like plates and mugs. You can transfer onto hats, polyester, cotton, it doesn't matter. So hard surfaces, soft surfaces, different types of garments, as long as it can fit under the heat press, you're able to transfer it. So this is a really versatile machine for you to get started in the printing industry. Okay, and last but certainly not least, the DTF printer that we have on sale as well. We have some of those packages, which of course is the topic of today. So we'll be talking a lot about some of the DTF printers. But we've recently launched earlier this year our DTF printer, the DTF 2402. From Ricoma. That's $277 per month with 0% financing for 72 months. And with you have to put a small down payment down, but you also get a free flat heat press, almost $1,000 in value, so that you obviously need that to transfer your designs, and you get free shipping up to $1,500 depending on where you are in the U.S., and free training and lifetime support as well with your DTF printer. The DTF printer really comes really complete with over $10,000 worth of add-ons and accessories. The heat press, the software, as I mentioned, the purifier, which I'll go into a little bit in detail why you need a purifier. One of the key points of today in our topic of do's and don'ts of DTF printing. The ink, the powder, and much more. Everything you need out of the box to get you started. You also get on-site training and support, so that you get a technician to set up the machine with you and teach you how to use it for 2 days, so that you get that on-site support when you make this purchase. Again, it is a roll-to-roll DTF printer, so when you see it, it is quite sizable. You not only have the printer itself on the stand, you also have the dryer and the conveyor belt and the shaker. All of that is included as part of this package. So you really get everything out of the box for you to make your first print or your first 100 prints. So these are really good for very bulk type of orders, and I'll kind of go into that a little bit later on. And you also get the rip software included as well, so that you can transfer your designs and rip your designs. Okay, so we do have that going on. All of that is up until next Friday. So if you're interested to take advantage of any of that, make sure you get in touch with us and inquire more, and our reps will be able to answer any questions that you might have. Okay, and don't definitely take advantage of the 0% financing, because that's super helpful to keep the monthly payments low, and for those that qualify, you can finance the entire machine without putting a single dollar down. So definitely take advantage of that, especially when interest rates everywhere else is very high. 0% financing is very hard to come by. Okay, so with that said, that's kind of on the machinery side. We do also have some sales going on our shop, our online shop, shop.ricoma.com. So over there, you get pretty much a shop-wide sale on various different items. You get up to 45% off of select heat presses. When you go to shop.ricoma.com, as you see there on the screen, on the top navigation bar, just go to the sale tab and you'll see everything that's on sale. You got embroidery accessories, chroma digitizing software that's on sale, 20% off of those. Heat presses that are up to 45% off on select heat presses. You got belt hoops and sewing machines, which are 10% off. Especially if you're doing embroidery, you can couple it with the sewing machine to especially sew on patches. We have several pretty cool videos on our YouTube channel sewing on different patches, whether it's leather patches, twill patches, different types of patches onto hats. Those are really great to use a sewing machine for to sew that on. You also get vinyl. We also have sales on vinyl cutters and vinyl cutter bundles. For you to do heat transfer vinyl onto mugs, onto t-shirts, caps, whatever the case is. Anything you need, really. There's a variety of things that can suit your needs on our shop, and there's a shop-wide sale on a lot of those things. So whether you're upgrading to another tier of Chroma to kind of up your game on digitizing, or you're looking to just get an extra heat press or add on an extra accessory to your embroidery machine, take advantage of that sale between now and Friday as well. Okay. All right, and last but not least, I know we mentioned quite a couple of sales, but for those of you that don't know, or just maybe by show of hands, or just comment in the comment section, how many of you know about Deco Summit and what Deco Summit is coming up in end of September this year? So you probably saw kind of a highlight reel of a Deco Summit video prior. That's a 3-day educational event here in Miami, Florida. It's going to be our, I believe, 5th annual Deco Summit, and it's being held here in Miami, Florida, and we invite a lot of different speakers from the industry, invited different guests, and it's really an immersive educational experience for you to learn more about the apparel decoration industry overall. You get to, different passes, like the VIP passes, get you hands-on training on embroidery machines, on different types of machinery. We're showcasing the DTF printers. We also got some new products that are launching that are quite exciting towards the end of second half of this year that we'll be showcasing at Deco Summit. So you not only get to check out the latest and greatest technology, kind of like a trade show, but more importantly, get to network with a lot of people, get to hear from industry experts and other people doing this day in and day out, and see kind of what experience they can offer and what you can learn from them. It's a very interactive and very immersive event to really kind of learn as much as possible. You also got classroom style demonstrations, so you can follow along on how to do something. You also have business seminars, some of which that I'll be speaking at, to kind of learn the marketing and the business side of apparel decoration. And then you also got hands-on Chroma software training for digitizing. So if you ever kind of wondered how to do digitizing, this is one of the premier events to learn how to do that with our Chroma software. So, you get hands-on interaction with a lot of the machinery, a lot of the products, and you can ask questions to a lot of our staff that probably some of them you've spoken with over the phone when you needed support or, help. And all of that is kind of available here in person from September 26th to the 28th in Miami, Florida. So, I already see some people on YouTube going to Deco Summit, from Janelle Porter, Santi Cortez is going. I am going, and Eric Russell would love to go. Raquel Haas would love to go. Would love to go. Okay, great. So some of you have heard about it. Some of you might not have heard about it. Well, this is kind of my little spiel of what Deco Summit is. But more importantly, we do have a promotion and a flash sale going on for Deco Summit. Yeah, we can just skip the video. But for the flash sale, we do have that going on, I believe, till, is it Friday? Yeah, so we do have a flash sale going on. I believe it is till this Friday. So if you use the code DECO10 on decosummit.com, you do get 10% off of the list price on the website. All right. And right now the tickets are $695. They will go up on August 1st to $895. all right, for just the general admission tickets. The VIP tickets are more expensive. But if you use the word Deco, if you use the code Deco10, you get 10% off of all tickets on decosummit.com. So you can potentially save quite a bit. You know, not only because the tickets are discounted right now versus later on when it's closer to the event, but also you get an extra 10% off of that, the already discounted prices. So take advantage of that between now and this Friday to make sure that you lock that in. We also have a room block on, at the venue that we're hosting this at. So, we get discounted rooms, and those run out as well. So if you're an attendee, venue, if you want discounted pricing for the room block, so something to be mindful of. All right. So, with that said, that's kind of all the announcements that I got for today. I guess the last thing that's also relating to Deco Summit. Is that for today's giveaway, we will be giving one lucky winner one general admission ticket to Deco Summit this year. Okay, so we will be giving we'll be giving away one Deco Summit general admission ticket at the end of this live stream. Again, a $695 value. If you go on decosummit.com right now and don't use the code, that is the value of the ticket. If you use the code Deco10. Between now and Friday, you get 10% off of $695, so it's for $625. And one lucky winner will get one free general admission ticket to Deco Summit, and we'll be announcing that at the end of this live stream. Okay, so let me just log into Instagram on my phone here just to check any comments here. But if you are joining us from YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, feel free to comment down below any questions you might have, and I'll get to those once we kind of go over today's topic. But jumping into today's topic about DTF printing, we talked a lot about some of the promotions we have. DTF has really taken off over the last several years to be kind of taking the industry by storm, and a lot of people have found it very useful to add to their apparel decoration shop. So this is something that definitely we want to, educate more people on, because it is something that we find to be a game changer for the industry, and it's becoming very popular. A lot of people are using it, and there's quite a lot of different brands that are out there right now, and I feel that there's probably going to be some sort of massive consolidation, as it usually happens over the next several years for brands that will stick out in this business. But with DTF in general, if you guys don't know what DTF is, it stands for direct to film printing. And direct to film, unlike other methods, you're basically printing your design, a full color design, onto a sheet of transparent transfer film. And then you apply this adhesive powder, this like dry adhesive powder, onto the back of this design. You cure it so that it applies heat via, going through a dryer, and you are able to apply heat to the powder. It melts, and then it kind of binds to the back of the design, and then that design is then cured, so then you can, tear off the sheet and transfer that sheet onto your garment or any, whether it's a hoodie, a t-shirt, whatever the case is. You transfer onto a substrate using a heat press, and then once you transfer it, you simply peel it, and you're left with the design transferred onto the shirt. So it's a very useful method for a lot of people to kind of get started in the printing business. People find it very, very convenient, and it's very useful for very kind of large and bulk orders, which I'll kind of go into in just a bit. But that's the general gist of how DTF works. The roll to roll. There's many different types of DTF printers. There's like these desktop ones, which is kind of quite small, and then there's these roll to roll ones, which is the ones that we sell here at Ricoma, which is what it means for roll to roll is you have this film on a roll, and then it kind of prints out. You set it up so that it prints out from the printer, goes through the dryer, shakes the powder, goes through the dryer, goes through the conveyor belt, and it comes out the other end on also a roll. So it kind of sets it up in a roll. It prints on the roll, and then it kind of rolls itself up towards the end, so you get this roll of like printed designs that's ready to go, and then you can cut them and transfer them. So that's why it's called a roll-to-roll DTF printer. With those roll-to-roll DTF printers, which is the ones that we're focusing on, there's quite a few do's that you want to kind of take advantage of if you do get one. The first thing that I would mention about the do's is that if you do get a roll-to-roll DTF printer, you really want to focus on taking on bulk orders and especially full color designs and taking on volume, because that's really where a roll-to-roll DTF printer really excels when it's printing in volume, because for about 100 shirts or 100 printed designs in that roll, it takes you less than an hour. So, on the DTF printer, the Revel DTF 2402 that we have here at Ricoma, takes less than an hour to get 100 printed designs. And then you can cut them up and transfer them. So, making sure that your business is set up in a way where you're focusing on that volume, getting these 50-piece designs, 100-piece designs, that's where really this roll-to-roll DTF printer is going to stand out and give you maximum efficiency in your production process to help you maximize your investment that you made in this roll-to-roll DTF printer. When it comes to small orders, it's not really that worthwhile. So that's one thing. The second thing that I would mention for do's is if you do get a DTF printer, you want to expand your variety of offerings. Meaning, because DTF is very flexible and it's very versatile in the sense that you don't have to be limited to just polyester or just cotton or the type of substrate you're transferring onto. You can transfer onto polo shirts, onto hoodies, onto jackets, bags, anything that can fit under a heat press, caps, right? You can transfer onto a wide variety of substrates regardless of their material. Because of that, you want to think about offering a wide range of services to your customers and probably stocking up or being able to offer a wide variety of types of garments, whether that be hats, hoodies, bags, etc. So that it really maximizes, again, your investment into a DTF, a roll-to-roll DTF printer, so that you really are able to kind of utilize its capabilities to the maximum, because of its versatility in being able to transfer onto different types of substrates. This is not like sublimation where it has to go on polyester. This is not like direct-to-garment printing where the best results are on cotton, right? So there's different methods for each, and DTF printer excels in the versatility aspect of being able to transfer onto pretty much any surface you can think of that is a soft surface, that is. Whether it's a hoodie, a bag, a tote, jackets, you just want to think about how to position your business to be able to offer those type of offerings to your customers so that they see the possibilities as well, and it kind of opens up your door for more revenue and maximizes the capabilities of your DTF printer. Okay. Lastly, the third do that I would mention to you for DTF is to think about other ways. Again, utilizing the capabilities of your DTF printer, think about other ways that you can have different business models. So what I mean by this is because DTF printers, especially your roll-to-roll ones, you can print hundreds and hundreds of designs onto a roll, and these rolls can be stored. You can cut them up and stack them up into 100 sheets, 200 sheets of pre-printed designs. This is especially helpful if you have your own brand, and even if you don't have your own brand, you can do this for customers that have repeat designs. Or you can just sell the transfers to the customers, right? You don't have to, necessarily have the printer, have the garment itself and do all the transferring. You can actually just sell the transfer sheets to customers and have them kind of take a heat press and transfer that on. If you are kind of promoting your own brand, your own apparel brand, this is especially helpful as well, because your brand is kind of the same logo over and over again. You can pre-print these sheets and stack them up, and anytime your customer orders something online from you for a particular garment, you just take a sheet off the shelf and be able to transfer that on, and really on demand be able to make these very, very easily, because you can pre-print all of these. you can't really do that with sublimation or screen printing or direct-to-garment printing, right? But with DTF printing, you can stack them up and pre-print these designs to not only use it for your own brand, but also opens up the versatility of you changing your business model and having the flexibility to say, hey, I also sell transfer sheets, for X amount of dollars per sheet, and people buy that from you to then use their own heat press and press that onto the garment of their choice. So you can sell them in a dozen, 2 dozen, whatever the case is. You can print these on demand. That's really helpful as well. It opens up the door to not just create the garments and manufacture the garments, but also just manufacture the transfer sheets themselves, right? So definitely consider that in your DTF process if you are in the DTF business. Okay. Now, in terms of the don'ts, I do have a couple of don'ts for you to consider as well. The first thing to make sure you don't do is don't ignore the regular maintenance that is required. As with any machinery, whether it's an embroidery machine, whether it's a DTF printer, whether it's a screen printer, whatever the case is, you will have regular maintenance. And especially with direct-to-film printing, because it has white ink, and just the chemistry of the white ink causes that ink to settle over time. You want to make sure you run your automatic ink circulations and head cleans to make sure that the white ink does not settle and cause any clogging. That's the industry standard issue with white ink. It's just the nature of the chemistry of the white ink. It settles over time. So if you're not using it as frequently, you need to make sure that you're doing the proper maintenance to prevent any issues when you do decide to use it. So follow the maintenance steps. You do need to kind of do your auto print head clean before printing, every couple of days, every 2 to 3 days. If you're not using it, if you're using it regularly, then that's fine. If you're printing with it every day, then that's fine. But if you're not, make sure you're upkeeping with your regular maintenance. And even if you're using it every day, there's certain maintenance steps for you to follow to make sure that you maintain everything clean and wipe anything off and maintain your different parts of the machine. It's kind of like doing your regular oil change on your car, right? You need to make sure that the machine is at its optimal condition. Luckily, all of that is able to be taught to you in the training, especially if you get a roll-to-roll DTF printer from us here at Ricoma. We send a technician on site to your location and train you for 2 days, help you set up the machine, and teach you all of the things about how to operate the machine, do your first prints, and teach you how to maintain the machine on a regular basis. The second thing to avoid is to make sure that you don't overlook the proper ventilation for a DTF printer, because with these DTF printers, in the curing process, it's gonna emit some smoke and gas when it's curing the actual powder onto the back of the design. That's why we have a purifier. That's luckily the our packages come with a purifier, but I've also seen people without opting into or that their package doesn't have a purifier or they didn't buy one. They have to. It's kind of like your at-home dryer. You want to make sure that there's proper ventilation to the outside, so that it's like your dryer. It has a vent and a tube. It goes outside so that all the smoke and the gas gets emitted outside of your enclosed area. But if you have a purifier, then that's what we offer here. That takes care of that problem, because all the kind of smoke that that comes out from the curing process of the DTF sheets, it is able to be purified, and then it's able to emit into the air as odorless gas. So that's something to make sure you consider. If you don't have a purifier, make sure you have proper ventilation, kind of like your at-home dryer, vent to the outside. But look for a package that has a purifier, like the ones that we have here at Ricoma. The Revel 2402 DTF printer comes with a purifier, so you don't have to worry about that, even if you're in your garage or an enclosed area. Okay, and last but not least, I kind of alluded to this before in the do section. So the opposite of it is that you want to make sure you avoid taking on too small of orders if you get a roll-to-roll DTF printer. There are better methods suited for smaller orders, and I'll give you one that we also offer here at Ricoma, which is the white toner transfer printer, the Luminaris 200 white toner transfer printer that I mentioned. The major difference, and kind of goes into the question that someone asked about the major difference of a white toner transfer printer and a DTF printer, is that the white toner transfer printer is a desktop printer. It is much more portable, and it's conducive for smaller runs. It doesn't print as quickly, and it's not set up in this roll to roll where you can just crank out hundreds and hundreds of sheets and have them all rolled up and neatly kind of piled up for you. These smaller printers, like the Luminaris 200 white toner transfer printer that we offer here at Ricoma, are more conducive for smaller runs, more personalized runs, so that if you have like five t-shirts that you need to print, or one t-shirt, two t-shirts, maybe a dozen, those are pretty good for a white toner transfer printer. For a roll-to-roll DTF, you want to maximize the investment and really print in bulk. It's really supposed to kind of overtake what a kind of screen printing machine is supposed to do. Because screen printers, there's a lot of setup cost, but you can print hundreds and thousands of t-shirts at a very efficient and cost-efficient way. DTF is supposed to kind of be a replacement of that. There's less setup costs, there's less setup time, and it can print at a speed that's comparable to kind of what a screen printer is able to print. So that's what it's really meant to do, and so you want to again maximize your investment. So making sure that you use the right machine for the right job. That's what we've been preaching here for quite some time. So the white toner transfer printer, not only is it good for smaller orders versus the roll-to-roll DTF for bulk orders, the white toner transfer printer also does something that the roll-to-roll DTF can't, which is be able to transfer onto hard surfaces. That's also a key difference for the white toner transfer printer, in that if you have the hard surface paper, you can transfer that design onto mugs and plates, wood, metal, whatever the case is. With DTF, it's really meant for the film. For DTF, it's meant to transfer onto soft surfaces and garments. So that's also one versatility that the white toner transfer printer is able to offer that DTF doesn't. But again, you kind of sacrifice some of the speed and the versatility and the the ability to print in bulk. You sacrifice some of that speed when you have a white toner transfer printer, but then you gain that when you have a roll-to-roll DTF. But you get a little bit more versatility with a white toner because you are able to transfer onto hard surfaces. You can't necessarily do that with DTF printing. So there's some pros and cons of each, and again, that's why there's different machines used for different situations and circumstances. Something to make sure you keep in mind. Okay, so that's kind of my 2 cents on the do's and don'ts of DTF. Make sure to comment below if you have any questions about that. And then for the next 15, 20 minutes or so, I will answer any questions that anybody will have in the comment section. You can ask me about Deco Summit, anything I mentioned about the sales, anything about DTF, white toner, embroidery, it doesn't matter. So anything that's on your mind about your business or anything else that you want to know. Marisol Figueroa asks, is the A4 legal paper still out of stock? I assume you're talking about for the white toner transfer printer. It's not out of stock. I believe it is available. Just check online on shop.ricoma.com for that. Oh, and I see that someone already from our team already answered that. Yep. Dondre asks, you don't have smaller DTF printers, or do you plan on making any? It's probably in one of our pipeline right now for product development, but currently we don't have one that is a smaller desktop DTF printer. Eric Russell asks, what type of power does it require? It does require a special electrical setup. All of that is it's kind of like your at-home dryer. On your washer dryer, your appliances they take I think 220 volt. And so this is very similar because it requires a little bit higher power. You do need a special electrical setup. The setup is the same as your at-home dryer. So if you need a special hookup, just talk to an electrician, and they can do that for you for a couple $100. Santi Cortez asked, Henry, is there a school to learn how to repair Ricoma machines? Yes, we do have service technician training. Those are paid. It's a certification. So you do need to pay for it. But we go through the certification, and if you're in a region that we require any trainings or service, we do offer. Once you're certified, we're able to give you jobs to go out to a customer site to train or to repair anything. So that if that's something that you're interested in, contact our service team and submit a ticket, and they'll be more than happy to assist you and give you the price of the certification, what it costs, and how many days it is. It's at least 2-3 days to certify, and you need to be on site here at our location to be able to certify. You work hands-on with our trainers, and you get a certification. They kind of teach you everything you need to know about how the machines work and how to do a lot of the troubleshooting. And even if you don't want to get kind of certified to be able to do jobs, but getting the certification just for your own knowledge, to be able to troubleshoot your own machine, that itself is worth a lot. Delilah Martinez says, listening in from Connecticut, I can't wait to start my custom apparel journey and go to my first Deco Summit, hopefully within the next year or two. Awesome. Well, if you can make it to this year's, it would be great. Hope to, even if you don't have a machine, this is not only for people that have machines and are already in the industry. If you just kind of want to immerse yourself into like what the industry is about, learn from other people that's been doing this, and network and connect, and just kind of find your way to get started. I've seen plenty of people join Deco Summit that are just getting started, or haven't even gotten started and just kind of finding their way on how to start. Brian Hickey says, we have tickets and room booked. Can't wait. Awesome. Hope to meet you there, Brian. Definitely drop by and say hi. The Baby Daddy Co. says, what do we need to do to win the ticket? Well, you need to be present and be lucky, I guess. Not much else you need to do. Yeah, and as Janelle Porter said, stay till the end of the broadcast. They will draw for a winner. Yep. Cheryl Williams asked, I need a new power cord for my heat press. Is there somewhere to purchase parts? Yes. If it's not on shop.ricoma.com, we have a parts section on shop.ricoma.com. If it's not there, contact our service team and submit a ticket, and it'll get routed to the parts department who can help you out. But I'm pretty sure the power cord is on shop.ricoma.com. Gregory Herbert says, I love your Memorial Day sale. Thank you. Well, thank you for that comment, Gregory. What are the electrical requirements for the Ricoma TC1501? Can't wait to receive it. This is Ola Studio LLC on YouTube. So there's really no requirement for electrical. What I would recommend you to get, though, is to make sure that you get a surge protector so that there's it doesn't damage any boards when you have a power surge. Now, that being said, because the TC1501 that we have is self-adaptable between 90 volts and 240 volts, so really you can just plug it into the wall and the outlet is fine. But that being said, again, I wouldn't recommend just doing that. I would recommend getting a surge protector before you plug it into the wall, and plug it into a surge protector so that in case of a power surge, you don't damage any boards, because we've seen that happen, and it's quite a costly damage. The Baby Daddy Co. also asked, is Ricoma thinking of coming out with a smaller DTF for smaller runs? Well, the white toner transfer printer is kind of like right now the equivalent of that. So as I mentioned, that's something that a lot of people do and get for smaller runs. It's white toner transfer is essentially like DTF. It's printing onto a transparent sheet, having an adhesive sheet, peeling it off, and then transferring it onto the shirt. So it's pretty much the same. It's instead of using ink, it's using powder. So that's also a major difference. Sorry, not powder. It's using toner, which is a powder, instead of using ink, which is a liquid. The other thing that I forgot to mention for the difference between direct to film and white toner transfer printer is that white toner transfer printers, not only is it more helpful to do smaller runs and able to transfer onto hard surfaces if you have hard surface paper. The other thing that's really cool about white toner transfer printers is that it requires very minimal maintenance because it uses toner and not ink. You don't have as much maintenance on the white toner transfer printer as you do with a DTF printer. It's kind of like your desktop office printer, right? You print it out, you don't really have to maintain it, you don't have to clean it or anything. So it's a lot less maintenance on the white toner transfer printer than it is on the DTF roll-to-roll printer. So that's also a major difference, but essentially that is like the equivalent of a desktop DTF printer, but it just uses toner, which is a powder, instead of ink, which is a liquid. Cindy Wendell says, DTF training tomorrow. So excited to get started. Awesome. Glad that you got your DTF printer. Deanne Ross says, where's the best place to buy hard surface paper for the white toner printer? Yeah, we're coming out with those quite soon, so just stay tuned for that. They'll be on the shop.ricoma.com. They'll be on there. The Baby Daddy Co. also asks, will you be going over tension and thread? The videos on Ricoma are okay, but they aren't very detailed. Confused about top and bottom and which to adjust at Deco. So yeah, Deco Summit will have a lot of quite a few seminars on tension and thread. We have different tracks for Deco Summit for the event. You have like a beginner track or more basic stuff, and then you have advanced like troubleshooting and more advanced topics. So it just there's something for everyone depending on kind of where you're at in your embroidery and apparel decoration journey. How is the feel of DTF compared to DTG or screen print? So that's a great question. I would say compared to DTG and screen print, DTF has as close of a hand feel as you can get. Now it's not quite of a hand feel and smooth feel as DTG or screen printing, because those it's really kind of the ink is really bonding with the fabric. DTF, it's still kind of, you're transferring a layer of film. You're transferring the design from a film to the garment, but the ink, it's a specialty ink that works solely for DTF, and that ink bonds really well with the garments. So it's definitely better than it has a better feel than, say, like white toner transfer printers, right? With toner, it's a slightly more of a hand feel. But it's not, I would say, quite honestly, it's not as smooth as screen printing and DTG, but it's pretty darn close. So it's like the best alternative when you're doing transfer. I would say, because transfer, just so you know, when you're transferring, unlike sublimation or DTG or screen printing, you're not like printing directly onto the garment, and it's not bonding with the fibers. But this gets very close to that. And so it's a very smooth feel, and probably the closest feel that you'll get for a transfer method. Amisha Patel asks, how much is the DTF 2402? I believe it's right under 30,000. It comes with everything you need to get started, as well as the on-site training. Again, we have financing programs available, $277 per month for 72 months, and with a small down payment. So, but total cost is about right under 30,000. Janelle Porter asks, this is a business question. What do you recommend as preferred payment methods for embroidery customers? I am new to the business and just getting my feet wet, and there are so many options available. Preferred payment method. So I assume you are talking about kind of a preferred payment method in terms of how your customers will pay you. I mean, credit card will be probably the most convenient way. You probably will incur a credit card fee for that, but that's just the cost of doing business. I would say that's the most preferred payment method, and probably what a lot of decorators go with. If you don't want to go with that, you can probably pay by Zelle or some sort of cash payment, but it's just not as convenient. It's not able to you can't track that as easily and account for that in your accounting software. So if you run on like QuickBooks, like an entry-level accounting software, it has QuickBooks payments in there already, so you can just send the payment link and they can pay with credit card. You can invoice them and all of that. So I would just stick with credit card or debit card, like an ACH. Sugar Maple asks, would love to go to Deco Summit. Is everything a separate cost? Airfare, Deco Summit ticket, hotel, classes, etc. Are they all separate costs, or is there a bundle package available at all? So great question. And to answer that, the price that we mentioned is only for the price of the ticket, but the ticket gives you access to all of the classes. So to be clear, the classes, etc., is not separate. All right, that depending on what ticket you get, either general admission or VIP, that's your license to get access to different classes. Okay, we have VIP classes that are VIP only. That you will need to get a VIP pass for. We have general admission tickets that you can access to anything besides VIP. We have VIP tickets that you can access VIP only, and all of the other classes that everyone else can access. So depending on what ticket you get, that determines what classes you have access to. That being said, so that's included in your ticket price. That being said, your airfare and hotel are obviously different, and your travel expenses are going to be a separate cost that you will have to incur depending on where you're flying from. So we don't have a package for just that, but to help you out, we do have a room block that we have discounted rates at the venue, so that it's not only close and convenient for you, so you can just go right downstairs every day to go to the conference. But yeah, it's also discounted, so you kind of save money versus the retail price if you were to book on your own, either at another location or even at the hotel itself. If you don't use the room block, it's probably more expensive. Deanne Ross asks, will there be info at Deco Summit for white toner printers? Yes, absolutely. We had that last year. It was a big hit. We were printing t-shirts for everyone and showing them how to do it. And we'll be having, those sessions about white toner printers at this year's Deco Summit as well. Jeffrey Lancaster says, the wife just get her days, so we are coming to Deco. Can you explain the major difference between general versus VIP tickets? Yes, so great, and glad to hear that you guys are thinking about coming to Deco Summit. The major difference between general and VIP, if we can just pull that up on decosummit.com, that'll probably be the easiest way to show you guys. There's a in-depth comparison between those two tickets. But while they're pulling that up, and while we kind of share that screen with you, I kind of go over just voice over some major differences. The major difference is that you get the level of access that you get. Okay, VIP, you get access to like a VIP party where you can network with other VIPs. In terms of classes, you get one of the biggest differences is that you get hands-on training classes. Okay, so as you see there on the screen, you get with the general admission, you get access to over 25 business seminars. You get that as well with VIP. But when you see at the bottom, the last two things at the bottom of the pink section on VIP tickets is 2 days of hands-on embroidery machine and the printing classes. There's 2 days of classes that are available for hands-on training. You get to pick 2. You get to pick up to 2 of those classes that are available for hands-on embroidery machine or printing classes with a trainer on a machine of your choice for both beginner and advanced. So there's like beginner classes, advanced classes, printing, embroidery, and so you get to choose that which one you want to go to, and up to two of those. You can pick one for embroidery, one for printing, one for advanced, one for beginner, right? You can choose up to two for hands-on training. That's like a limited class with a machine of your choice. You know what machine you're getting, and you're working hands-on with the trainer and the machine. It's a more smaller group. And you also get a exclusive VIP party that is VIP only. There's also other VIP sessions that are VIP access only, besides the hands-on training classes. Some of the more advanced and exclusive classes, maybe not necessarily hands-on, are also VIP access only. So the major difference is an access of the level of classes and what you get access to, and some special perks like the VIP party where you get to network with other people and be able to kind of meet our staff and have a good time essentially. That's the major differences. But I think the classes themselves are what drives a lot of people to Deco Summit overall and to get the VIP passes, because they really get a lot out of the kind of more dedicated attention and the hands-on part of the training. Delilah asks, how many washes can we get with a DTF or white toner printed shirt before fading occurs, and does it differ between fabrics? Yeah, I really can't give you a general kind of, I would say generally, okay? Generally speaking, DTF, you can get a little bit more washes. I would say probably 30 to 40 washes. White toner, maybe 20 to 30 washes. Again, that's just a general kind of guess. It really depends on the type of design. If it's like a full front design with not a lot of breathability, meaning like it's very dense, it's got a lot of like white ink and it's very dense of a design, you're probably going to get peeling and cracking sooner than later. Because you want to have like breathability and spaces in your design, so that when you're in the wash, the water doesn't kind of just like always it's so harsh on the design. The other part that determines how long these last is how you wash them. Do you wash them inside out? Do you how harsh of a cycle are you running? Do you use cold water or hot water? Right, like all of those will determine how well they wash. Do you air dry them or do you put them in the dryer? If you put them in the dryer, they're probably gonna wear and tear a lot faster. So how you wash them also is a determination alongside the factor of how your design is being done and what type of design you have. Scott Campbell AC on Facebook asked, the Lumen Rip software for the white toner printers much of a difference between the Windows and Mac functions? No, they are they're quite exactly the same. So this is just to make it convenient for people that use a Mac. Or probably the only Rip software on the market that offers the ability to use it on a Mac. Everyone else uses it on PC. All right, let me see if there's any Instagram comments. Okay, not much from Instagram. Okay, I'll do one last question from. I'll do one more question from Facebook and then one more question from YouTube. This question from Facebook from Robin, also about DTF. Printing volume of, say, 100 full-color prints that are standard adult size image for a front 12 by 12 design. What is the cost to print each at my cost, and what would I sell that transfer to a client for? Very tough question to answer without knowing your actual design, but we're taking wild guesses here. One good thing about the RIP software that we offer is that the RIP software kind of gives you an estimate of what that will cost. So, but essentially, thinking, your sheet, I think the transfers typically average between maybe like 50 cents to $1 per print if it's like a 12 by 12 design. Your biggest cost is not going to be it's going to be a combination of maybe the film and maybe the ink. Those are your two biggest costs. The powder, you can really use that for quite some time, so I'm not too worried about that. The ink and the ink cost is less than like direct to garment printing. And the film cost is probably your biggest cost, but you're buying those in rolls, so when you spread it out across each design, it's really not that much. So I would say probably around 50 cents to $1, depending on the size of your design, and then you can easily sell that for $2, $3, $4 to your customers just on the transfers. If you sell them on a t-shirt, you obviously add in the cost of the shirt and make some profit margin on that as well, and compensate for your time. So all of that taken into consideration, I would say you would make probably a good like 50 to 70% margin just by selling the transfer sheets. All right, last question from YouTube. Let's see here. Sarah Grayson asks, how much are the classes for white toner printer? If you're talking about at Deco Summit, these classes come free with your ticket. So depending on what ticket you get, then that determines your level of access to those classes. There's probably going to be white toner classes that are more advanced and more exclusive, that are more hands-on, and those are going to require a VIP ticket. There are also those that are more entry level and just kind of an overview, maybe a demonstration, like kind of viewing the trainer doing a demo. Those are going to be general access only, or you can access those with the general admission ticket. So it just really depends on which ticket you buy. So there are not separate prices for those tickets. Jeffrey Lancaster also asks, given your DTF is new, is that part of the options for the class and the VIP tickets? Yes, we are considering having also DTF classes for VIPs. It will be a variety of classes that are, all of our machines are going to be there, all of the products that we offer. And for the VIP classes, definitely going to be embroidery, and probably for DTG as well, direct to garment, and direct to film, and white toner. So all of those are going to be there. All right. So with that said, thank you guys for joining. Let me just kind of recap some of the things that if you joined us late on some of the housekeeping things. We do have a couple of sales going on, just so you are well aware. We do have the Memorial Day sale going on for our embroidery machines, white toner transfer printers, and DTF printers that we just talked about. For the embroidery machines, they are 0% financing for 72 months, as low as $135 per month. You get free digitizing software, you get lifetime support and training, and you also get free shipping up to $1,500. Not only that, if you buy a larger machine, a commercial machine, or a multi-head embroidery machine, 2 heads and up, we also go to, for a multi-head machine, we go to you to train you for 2 days, absolutely free, included in the price, and you get a free upgrade to Chroma Lux, which is our highest tier of digitizing software, up to $1,400 in value just there. So if you're in the market for one, make sure to take advantage of that, and take advantage of all these savings that's bundled in for different options for embroidery machines. Contact our sales team by clicking the link that my team has pinned in the comment section below, whether you're joining us from Facebook or on YouTube, and our reps will be able to answer and help guide you to the right machine that can fit your needs, and help you apply for the financing if you're looking to take advantage of 0% financing, no interest, and if you get fully qualified for those, no money down either. Okay, so that's on the embroidery side. For the white toner transfer printers, Luminaris 200 white toner transfer printer, we also are offering those on sale. We do have 2 different packages, the Essentials bundle and the Premium bundle for the white toner transfer printers. You can get either one, as low as $116 per month, as you see there on the screen. Also, you get everything you need to get started, including a heat press, and transfer paper, and the extra toners to get you started. For the main difference between the Essentials and the Premium bundle, I kind of went over this in the beginning, but essentially you get a better heat press, a larger heat press that's auto open when you get a Premium bundle. You get Teflon paper, which you'll need to do proper heat press and heat transfer. You get legal size paper, so you get an A4 legal size paper with your Premium bundle, so a slightly larger size paper versus the the A4 8.5 by 11 paper, you get a legal size instead of the regular 8.5 by 11 size. So on the premium bundles, you get slightly larger of a print area that you can print for larger designs. And then you also get live online training versus just a video recorded training. So the price difference between those, $116 per month for 60 months for the Essentials bundle, and Premium bundle is $133 per month with 0% financing. If you can just scroll down a little bit to show the bundles and the price there. Yeah, $116 per month, 0% financing for 60 months, and $133 per month, 0% financing for 60 months. All right, you see that on the screen, and both options give you free shipping as well, which can save you like $600 to $800 depending on where you're at. All right, last but not least, on the DTF printers. On DTF printers, payments as low as $277 per month with a small down payment. These are the roll-to-roll DTF printers that we're talking about. So yes, they're a little bit on the pricier side, but you get the maximum capability of a roll-to-roll DTF printer, our Revel DTF 2402 from Ricoma, and you get the printer, the dryer, the shaker, the conveyor belt, and everything, all the supplies, the powder, the ink, RIP software, everything you need to get started. You also get a heat press and free shipping, which these are pretty large, sizable machines, so that can save you upwards of $1,500 easily on these DTF printers. And you pretty much get everything you need to get started. And you get two days of on-site training with one of our techs that we will go to your shop and help you set up the machine and train you on how to use it, how to operate it, how to print your first prints, and of course how to do the maintenance so you can kind of keep your investment going for a long time. Okay, all of that is going on between now and the end of next Friday. So June 2nd is when it ends. So as you see on the countdown timer there at the bottom, you do have about 10 days, so a week and a half left to take advantage of that. Make sure that you, if you're in the market, make sure to contact us and get that logged in. On the shop, on our e-commerce online shop, we do have some sales going on there site-wide. If you go to shop.ricoma.com, and just go to the sale tab on the top, we do have a lot of different options there for embroidery accessories like the 8-in-1 device, which is super popular, any chroma digitizing software upgrades, or if you're buying chroma for the first time, heat presses that are between 10 to up to 45% off, belt hoops and accessories to do belts and straps for embroidery, a wide variety of different things. So check that out on the sale tab on shop.ricoma.com if you want to learn more about the sales that's going on. That's also going on till next Friday. And for the Deco Summit that we talked about, and we answered quite a few questions of people that are wanting to go. For those of you that haven't gotten your tickets yet, tickets have already gone up in prices once. They went up in price on May 1st. So now it's been about a month or slightly less than a month since prices have gone up. They were the lowest before then. Now we're in our second phase, our early bird phase, where tickets are starting from $695. They're $695 for general admission tickets, and I believe $895 for VIP tickets. So $695 and $895. Again, we talked about the difference between VIP and general admission tickets, the level of access you get and the perks that you get for the classes. But if you are looking to take advantage, if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, if you use the code DECO10, DECO10, that's DECO10, DECO10. If you use that code on decosummit.com right now, you get an extra 10% off of the already discounted ticket prices. So for $695 becomes $625, and then you can also get the VIP tickets also 10% off. So that saves you about $90 on the VIP tickets as well. So it's only, what is that, $805 for the VIP tickets if you use the code DECO10. That's only a flash sale, so that only goes on between now and this Friday. So it doesn't end next Friday, it goes on till this Friday, okay? Make sure you take advantage of that if you're looking to, if you haven't already purchased your tickets, but you kind of heard about Deco Summit and you're looking to kind of, pull that trigger and take advantage of that. Also, when you do get a ticket for those of you that already have a ticket or you're planning to get one, make sure you take advantage of the room block. I can't emphasize that enough. It saves you at least like $100 over the list price of the hotel rooms at the venue. Okay, so not only do you get very close to the venue and you can just go downstairs every day and then be able to attend, but you also get a discounted price for those room blocks. We purchase those room blocks for you guys so that you can take advantage of those and have not only the convenience but also have a way to save some money on the travel. Okay, all right, last but not least, talking about Deco Summit, I did mention we were going to give away one general admission ticket for Deco Summit for someone that to attend. You can use that to attend yourself or buy an extra ticket to attend with your partner or attend with a friend, whatever you want to do. That is a $700 value, $695 if you buy the ticket right now on decosummit.com. We're going to give it that away to one lucky winner. So we're going to announce that right now. My team is just giving me the notification, and the winner for our Deco Summit general admission ticket is gonna be Sugar Maple from YouTube. Sugar Maple from YouTube. Not sure if that's your real name, probably not, but if you can reach out to us, give us your information, or we'll reach out to you and provide you with the information that we need so we can register you for Deco Summit, or actually give you the information on the ticket. You will claim it and actually register yourself on decosummit.com. Basically, you'll get a special code that will give you 100% off of the Deco Summit general admission ticket, and you need to claim that so that you can RSVP for the event and be able to kind of claim your ticket. You can also buy additional tickets if you want to bring someone. All of that, you can also use the code DECO10 to get 10% off of any extra tickets that you're looking to buy. Okay, so congrats to Sugar Maple. Thank you so much for all of you for joining us. If you're on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, smash that like button below the YouTube video there, so it kind of gives gives the algorithm the notice that this video is helpful, so it can get pushed out to more people. If you find it helpful, definitely would appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up and like this video right underneath the video on YouTube. Give this a like, and follow us on all of our social channels down in the bottom of your screen there. We're active on Instagram at Ricoma HQ, on TikTok at the same handle, and obviously if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, shame on you, and make sure you subscribe today. All right, if you're already joining us from YouTube, I would imagine you're already a YouTube subscriber, but if you're not, hit that subscribe button. It's right on the bottom right of your screen on this video. Subscribe to Ricoma TV so that you make sure to keep up to date with the latest videos that come out and get notified as soon as we have a live that's scheduled. Okay, we do this every single month, and I look forward to speaking with you guys next month. Hope you guys have a wonderful day and learned a lot about DTF printers. Put that to good use. Contact us if you are ever in need with any apparel decoration equipment, especially with DTFs. And congrats once again to Sugar Maple for winning the Deco Summit ticket. I really look forward to seeing many of you at Deco Summit later this year, and have a wonderful rest of your day. See you guys next month. Take care.